Greetings gamers, welcome to part number 64 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10 Radiant Dawn. In today's episode I have much to do concerning the rest of this wonderful chapter, in the sense that I have a lot to show you. So in these spaces right here, I believe it's these three spaces. Actually, no, it is definitely not. It is these two spaces right here. So that is an Olivigrass, and then just a little bit over here, there is an Olivigrass in these four spaces. There is a coin, I want to say right here. There is also a coin right here. One right here. One is right here, I believe. No, it's here. It's definitely here. And then there is also a, looks to be an Ashira icon in these. Man, this one's tough to see. I think it's right here in these three spaces. Now, don't quote me on that, because some of this mapping is like really not great in my humble opinion. But I wanted to show it off as it is the last chapter in the game that has any kind of hidden items. And some of them are, you know, if you really are into forging, there was 4 coins, so you could do that. I decided to go until turn 11 because that's approximately when Tibarn here maxed out. And yes, so he is insane. Now, what's funny too is that he's one-shotting dragons right now when he's transformed. That's just how strong this dragon foe is, because it takes the might of his great talent, which is 20, and multiplies that by 3. So he has a 60 might weapon against dragons, plus he has also 42 strength. So you're talking about 102 attack power. All right. The only problem here is that I think I mismanaged where my units are, unfortunately, because what I would like is for all of them, I'd like Racing to be right here, and then my 2 flying units to be right here, so that they can take out a swarm of enemies right here that spawn in, and then I can just go in and KO Izuka one turn. So it's probably going to be next turn I get to start that, which is not really great. I mean, I guess I really don't have to wait. So, because I have to move them in their position there now anyway. So it's going to be next turn anyway. So I'm over here pretty much wasting time in that matter. Alright, I'll put you here. No, I don't think I'm going to do that. Wait. I will put you here. So I found the Olivigrass. I don't actually care about that, even remotely. That was just a happening, I guess you could say. Alencia is maxed as well with 35 speed, 30 strength. These are the most important things for her to max, so I'm very glad that they are maxed. Very glad. I think this is pretty awesome. Her skill is pretty abysmal, all things considering. Shift. And then Gulger. 28 skill is not great, though she also only has 27 magic, which could be seen as kind of like a poor amount as well. Alright, so he's not KOing there. I'm going to have to KO you, and then put Tibarn right next to Racing. And then I'm going to put Alencia next to Racing as well. It is likely that most of these units here are going to just attack Alencia, which is fine for the most part. She has 125 avoid, so she shouldn't really be threatened by any of these units. The rest of them, all these tigers over here, they are going to attack Tyronio only. And the reason being is because he's going to be the only one in their range, which is great. So, because even if Volk was in their range right now, which he is not, they would not go after him due to the fact of his stillness, as long as somebody else was in their range. Hopefully he doesn't miss. Okay, so proccing Luna means that he's definitely not going to miss, which is perfect. I very much appreciate that, Tyronio. Level 15. Not getting great levels, to be honest. His strength definitely is leaving a lot to be desired. It's kind of weird because I've used him before and he's never been this far behind in strength. Especially considering the fact that I didn't even early promote him this time around. I gave him the bonus experience points to be level 20 before I gave him a Master Crown. Alright. Very interesting. Attacking Tibarn. Does he have more hit against Tibarn? Because he's definitely doing way more damage against Alencia. I'm pretty sure Tibarn is maxed in his attack power right now. So this looks like I'm not going to be able to reach him on the offset, but yeah, he's got 42 strength, 48 skill, 44 speed, 40 defense. I mean, his resistance is kind of really bad, all things considered, but he should be more than fine. So all I'm going to have to do here is make way. And it's going to be very easy to make way. Alright. I'm almost one-shotting. It's too bad Tibarn didn't max more of his stats, especially like skill. I like seeing the 50s, the 50 maxes in this game. I think it's cool. Is it necessary? No, absolutely not. But it's still cool. You know, it's cool to see a 50 because most units can't get 50. The Bjork units can only get up to a maximum of 40 in anything that is not HP. Yep. And this is pretty simple. So to show, yeah, he's literally one-shotting and he's hitting twice. It's funny too because the dragons are quite strong. They're pretty much as powerful as they are in Path of Radiance, except their speed is low. The maximum speed for red dragons, if I am not mistaken, is only 20. I believe it's only 20, so 10 speed untransformed, which sounds like it's terrible. But this right here, like, that's S-rank strike. They would have a 23 might on this weapon. And look, that's 48 max strength. No, I actually think that's 50. That might be 50 max strength. So the dragons could definitely do with a little bit more power. Yeah, Alencia is KOing him for sure, so I might as well just take out a dragon. Just for the hilarity of it. $130 avoid. Most of these guys wouldn't even be able to hit. Alencia, the Crimean Queen, are you here to seek revenge? Revenge? On whose account? What are you talking about? I'm arresting a dangerous fugitive. Not much arrest was done. But my work is still incomplete. Yeah, so it's interesting. I actually think that the enemies in this chapter put the boss to shame, especially if you are actually using Tibarn and Alencia. I could have literally done this strategy turn 2. Turn 2. So the only reason why I didn't was because I just wanted Tibarn to gain his experience points to be as best as he possibly can be. And Alencia too, she needs it as well. Disgusting filth. I can't kill him enough time for what he's done. At least he is finally gone. No one else will suffer by his hands. I suppose that there is all there is, then.
Legu's brothers and sisters, I hope your souls can find peace now.
Hey, Count Bastion. That man in the black cape you left with us is in bad shape. We can't even hold him down anymore. Oh no, Your Majesty, we must return immediately. I will explain everything.
Oh, thank goodness you're here. I couldn't hold him down anymore. Please, follow me.
Shh, calm down, sir. It's all right. You are a strong man. You will pull through. Please, you must calm yourself. Duke Renning.
It cannot be. Uncle Renning, you are alive? Oh, you are alive? Thank goodness. Now you can take the kingship. Ah, yes, and rule Crimea in my stead. Thank God. What's wrong, Uncle? Please speak to me. It's me, Alencia.
It's no use, Your Majesty. Your noble uncle's mind has been broken by the drug that creates feral ones.
No, how did this happen? Uncle, you must hold on. Uncle Renning. Forgive me. Please give me a moment to collect myself.
What happened back there? Who is that man? That is Duke Renning, the younger brother of Crimea's last king and Queen Alencia's uncle. He was next in line to become the king of Crimea, but he was believed killed in the first attack by Dayan 3 years ago. I see. What's wrong with him now?
Bastion, no more secrets. It's time for you to tell us everything you know.
Duke Renning was apparently killed 3 years ago, but as you can see, he is still alive. Duke Renning was one of the strongest warriors in Crimea, and while Dayan tried to kill him, he survived. When the Mad King heard of his skill, he had Renning kidnapped and gave him the drug that creates the feral ones. This drug made Duke Renning even stronger, but shattered his mind. He became Bertram, one of Ashnod's famous 4 riders. After Her Majesty and company defeated him, I had him taken back to my castle. I hoped to find a cure, but I didn't want to raise false hope, Your Majesty, so I kept it secret. However, his mind continued to deteriorate, and there were no signs of improvement. As a last resort, I hired Volk to investigate a way to cure him. Volk quickly discovered that Duke Renning's transformation was engineered by a man called Izuka. This man had made himself an aide to the new king of Dayan, and was not difficult to locate. Feeling that Renning was running out of time, we kidnapped Izuka to learn more of the condition. Returning to Fair Castle, we interrogated Izuka at length and discovered more about his experiments. Perhaps unsurprisingly, Bjork are affected differently by the drug than Legu's. Izuka then offered to create an antidote in exchange for his freedom. Did you agree to it? We refused without a second thought. Such a monster cannot be allowed to roam free. Besides, we know a more certain way to cure Lord Renning.
The Culture of Rebirth. Prince Rayson, I beg of you, please save my uncle.
I can't guarantee anything, Alencia, but I will try.
Oh, thank you, Prince Rayson. Thank you.
Please give me a moment to myself. I must prepare. Are you sure about this? I thought the Culture of Rebirth was too powerful and complex for a single Huron to perform. Usually that's true. Right now, however, Ashira's awakening has infused the world with order. I've never felt stronger. What's more, Lord Renning's condition seems less severe than that of a true Feral One. I think I can do this. Well, you're the expert. Just don't go taking unnecessary risks. I won't, Tibar. You needn't worry so much. I've grown a lot.
Uncle, hold on.
It worked. He's sleeping peacefully. When he wakes, he should be his old self.
Oh, thank you, Rayson. Thank you.
So, how's Prince Rayson?
He's asleep with a big, contented smile on his face. He'll be fine.
I suppose we should give thanks to Goddess Ashira. Your power gave strength to Prince Rayson and saved Duke Ranning's life.
It's hard to think of her as the bad guy after seeing a thing like that. Goddess Ashira, huh? I can't die until I see what she looks like. Ooh, a bunch of bonus experience points. Going to need it, that's for sure.
Ike and company managed to evade their persistent foes, finally arriving in Cien, the capital of Benyan, the Tower of Guidance. According to the creed of the goddess, which has been taught across the continent by Benyan, this is where the goddess Ashera will appear during times of great crisis to lead the people to safety. As even the smallest child in Benyan knows, the tower is sacred and mere mortals may not enter. With the world edging toward catastrophe, the tower glows like a pillar of pure light, as though to pierce the very heavens.
Endgame. Rebirth. That must be
The Tower of Guidance. It's so bright I can hardly bear to look at it. What's happening in there?
Let's hurry, Ike. I can't imagine that the glowing is a good omen. We're running out of time.
the outer gates of Cien. The city gate is shut. I guess we'll have to force it to get to the tower.
Ah, you guys made it.
Scrimmer, I didn't realize your group had already arrived. Yes, we've been here for quite some time. I've been itching to go inside and see what the bad guys have waiting for us.
Scrimmer listened to reason, however, and agreed to wait here with us. We know nothing about the numbers of or strength of the enemy. It seems safest to wait here for the rest of you to show up. We pitched tents outside the gate.
Hello, Micaiah. Any word from Yune?
She came back to me a number of times during our trip, but nothing for the past few days.
I see.
Do we know where Tibarn and Olincia's group is?
No word yet, no. Ike, it's a waste for us to just sit around waiting. Why don't you and I have a look inside? Wait, what's happening?
Get ready for an attack, people.
Kanagas, why are you here? In an occurrence I'm told is increasingly common, we heard a voice in our dreams and followed it here.
And Lord Tibarn, I should have guessed your group would beat everyone here.
We joined up with King Kanagas and mopped up the disciples of order around the capital.
The only people left within the city are the ones who have been petrified. Good. I like air breathers with initiative.
Yune, here to give us our next instructions?
Yes, good guess. Everyone gather around. You'll all need to hear this. Good job, everyone. All 3 teams got here, and a little faster than I thought you would. While you were traveling, I went around recruiting more help, including King Kanagas here. Unfortunately, it looks like Ashira had the same idea. By the time I made my way to Goldoa, there was no one there.
What do you mean? Where were they?
If you're saying what I think you're saying, then we could have a very big problem. Lots of very big problems.
I don't know for sure, Tibarn. There aren't a whole lot of dragons altogether, but it looks like every one of them joined Ashira.
How could this be?
I haven't seen them anywhere else on Tellius, so they must already be inside the tower. Let's camp for the night, before walking into Ashira's own home.
Hey, I'm kind of the opinion to join Deginsi as well.
We're almost there. Tomorrow we head to the tower.
Do not worry, Your Majesty. We will be all right beside you.
Though long tested by the trials of the goddess Ashira, we shall overcome, and our mission will be laid to rest.
Yes, what we do now, we do not only for the people of Crimea, but for all the people of Tellius. Yes, we shall succeed.
You are a courageous queen, indeed.
Who said that? Uncle Renning, are you all right now?
Don't I look it? I stand before you in full health, thanks to your efforts, of course.
Wonderful, I'm so relieved, Uncle. Duke Renning.
Lucia, you have my gratitude for looking after Valencia so diligently. Bastion, Geoffrey, everyone, you have my sincere thanks.
Please, Duke Renning, it is our joy to serve Her Majesty. Our loyalty extends beyond the Queen. Please do not forget that.
Thank you. I appreciate your concern, especially yours, Bastion. I stand by you, my lord. You have ever been my most loyal and clever confidant. Was it possible for you to acquire the things I desired? Indeed, my lord. For you, to whom I owe my mastery of disciplines, esoteric and arcane, no task is too difficult. Your sword, your armor, and your faithful steed stand ready, that the battlefield shall know your valor once more. You haven't changed a bit, Bastion. Always the clever one. Your praise is too much, my lord.
Uncle, you intend to join the fight? Please, you mustn't push yourself too hard.
My, how things have changed. Am I to take orders from my niece on what battles I am allowed to fight in? I'm not a princess to be coddled and kept safe behind the vanguard, Valencia, like you. I am a knight of Crimea, and I will be one until I die, and king even, when I take the crown from you. As long as I live, as long as I am able to walk, and as long as I draw breath, I shall fight. It is my duty.
I understand. Swear to me, then. Swear that you won't die, that you won't ever leave me alone, and that you will take my crown.
I swear to you that I will never leave you behind. I swear it upon my pride as a knight, and upon my love for my country, and the crown. Now, your majesty, please grant me the honor of protecting you in battle.
Oh, Uncle, you may have to compete for that role, I think.
Duke Renning, I will not give up my place as the commander of the Royal Knights, even to you. Let's take it outside, then. Perhaps I'll remind you why you have never won a match against me. As you wish, Duke Renning. I will also show you that I have spent 3 years preparing solely to defend the Queen from harm. I have made it my life.
Uncle, and Geoffrey, you too? Bastion, do something.
Truly, I shall have to. After all, a match between such stalwart warriors needs to be judged. I believe I shall volunteer my services. Excuse me.
Bastion. Oh, your majesty, let them be. Lucia, are you siding with them too? Doesn't all this remind you of a scene of Melior from 3 years ago? Tomorrow is full of uncertainty. We may live and we may die. Yet here we are, enjoying a little scene of high drama from glory-filled past. I'm glad of it. That's true. It's like a weight has been lifted off my chest. Why don't we follow them? We should enjoy our final fight together. Of course, your majesty.
So you must read that info to recruit Renning. And of course, I'm going to be going over that wonderful unit at a time. What can I do for you, Goddess Yune?
You're very strange, aren't you?
That's a strange question, especially coming from you. Didn't you create all of us?
I didn't create anything. Not Leguz, nor Bjork. I'm not a goddess, I'm a faker, and this is all nonsensical plot holes and contrivances in the story. But I know what they are, because I've watched them change and grow over time. You're not something I've seen before.
I'm the same as the girl you dwell inside.
Oh, I thought Micaiah was the only one. She could hear my voice and sing the Gulder of Release. But I learned that others existed. There's that boy who's always with Ike, or the little girl who stays by the Queen of Crimea.
There are several in my village as well. They are my comrades. We all live under the same fate, and carry the same curse in our blood.
When you say these words, what do you mean? They mean? Why are you cursed?
It means that we carry the blood of both Bjork and Leguz. Bjork call us branded, and Leguz call us parentless.
Does that mean your parents are Bjork and Leguz?
Not always. It means that Leguz and Bjork mix blood somewhere along the line. Bjork and Leguz rarely associate in that way. For them to conceive a child together is an even rarer event. What's strange is that the child bears no Leguz characteristics. It's just a normal Bjork infant. However, the Leguz blood lies asleep waiting in the child's veins.
Oh.
One day, the Leguz blood shows itself, marking the child's body with a brand, and for some reason I have to explain this to a quote-unquote all-knowing, all-powerful, almighty God. Oh, wow. It's almost like this is nonsense. How old is that girl? I don't think she's as young as she looks. The other curse is that we age differently from Bjork. It depends on what Leguz blood the child has, but it always shows how fast we age.
Micaiah says that's true. She's listening to every word you say. Please continue.
The Leguz blood gives the branded unnatural powers. Bjork fear and distrust us because they can't understand those abilities. The Legus are even worse. They treat us like we're phantoms, refusing to acknowledge us, as if we don't even exist.
I see.
It's easy to hide among Bjorks. You just cover the brand, avoid getting close to people, and never settle down pretending you're normal. The Legus are different. They can sense what we are. They have an instinct for it. Not all Legus know for sure, but the sharp ones figure it out instantly. Others just feel uneasy around us. Some never figure it out, but they are surrounded by ones who do. Either way, the Legus would never talk to us, voluntarily. Why would you pay attention to someone who doesn't even exist?
Why? That doesn't make any sense. How did things get like that? I've been watching this entire time, with Micaiah and other people, all throughout these hundreds of years, but I somehow don't know this.
I would like to know that as well. It's said that a union between Legus and Bjork is a crime against the goddess. That's what we've always been told.
That's silly. I've never heard anything of the sort. Why are you laughing?
Because you're a joke. It's all been a lie. For hundreds of years, we've faced persecution, abuse, and isolation, and for what? A lie? What's not to laugh about, huh?
What's happened? This is all wrong. How did history get so distorted? Was it at a particular place and time? I don't understand. I've been asleep for too long.
Nonsense. Elmeda, you're safe.
Kurthnaga.
Elmeda, what's wrong? You're so pale, and you've grown so thin.
Oh, Peleus, my little Peleus, why? Tell me why.
Elmeda, you have to pull yourself together. Prince Kurth, are you here? I'm busy, Ina. Stay where you are.
Oh. Ina, it's been a long time. I felt your presence nearby, but you never came to see me. Lady Elmeda, I understand that you don't want to see me. I'm sure you hate me for what I've done. My brother Raijaon, your betrothed, he died because of me. Don't. It's not important. That's all in the past. What? How can you pretend like nothing happened? You can't. I know you hate me. You have to hate me. Go ahead. Blame me for what happened. Insult me. Do anything. But you have to hate me. I don't hate you, Elmeda. Raijaon made his decision. He gave his life to save you and his little nephew. Did you know that? He decided to sacrifice himself to protect you. I can't blame you for what Raijaon decided to do. That would mean insulting my beloved for his sacrifice, for his nobility. Prince Kurth, my grandfather is here to see you. The king knows nothing of his visit.
Nazir is here? Prince Kurthnaga, I'm glad to see that you are safe, and Lady Elmeda as well. It has been a long time. We haven't seen each other in over 90 years, I believe.
Nazir, you returned to Goldoa?
Yes. Nazir, I need to know something. Why has Goldoa sided with Goddess Ashira? What is father thinking? The Legus and Bjork have joined together to save the Petrified. Why hasn't Goldoa joined the effort? As you wish, Lady Elmeda. Are you aware of the fact that everything that's happening is due to your decision to leave Goldoa?
What?
Explain, Nazir. King Daginsia forbade the dragon tribe to use our transformation for the purpose of war. Elmeda, you left because you did not agree with this policy, did you not?
That's right.
Shortly after you left to Goldoa, you met Ashnard in Dayan and were united with him. However, your union begat a chain of tragedies. Did you know that the Red Dragon platoon, which went in search of you, was captured and turned into feral ones by King Ashnard?
I had no idea.
Ashnard needed Goldoa to get involved in his war. That's why he did everything in his power to provoke King Daginsia. Most of you have never fought in a war, but even more than other Legus, the Dragon Tribe loses control once they taste battle.
Oh.
Near the end of the war, we found out that Prince Raijaon could not be saved. I thought the king would surely go on a rampage. At the time, we had no idea that Lady Elmeda was still alive. The king thought he'd lost not only dragon soldiers, but also his children. If the war had ended any later, had Ike not killed Ashnard, Goldoa would have joined the war, and we would have started killing. We would have destroyed the Dayan army, its conspirators, everyone. We would not have stopped until the continent was ashes. Then the spirit of chaos would have spread across Teleus, awakening the goddess and destroying the dragon tribe. That was the danger we faced in the Mad King's War.
But Ashnard was defeated, and Raijaon regained his sanity thanks to the songs of the Huron clan.
We escaped annihilation once. We took Prince Raijaon's body back to Goldoa, and the king did not shed a tear, nor fly into a rage. He endured his loss by himself. He endured for the sake of his last child, and for the sake of his people. Goldor remained neutral. Father. But now, all that effort has been wasted. The war between the Leguz Alliance and Begnion has spread through Dayan and Crimea. And to top it all off, Goldoa can no longer stay neutral because of what Prince Kurthnaga has done. You're saying this is my fault? That I've started a war that my father tried to avoid?
No, Kurthnaga, this was my fault. You fought because of me. This was not Prince Kurth's fault. Besides, the goddess Yune was not awakened by chaos sweeping across Teleus. She was awakened by the Galder of Release.
By a Galder? Are you certain?
Yes, that was what Sir Ike said.
That's very strange. Nevertheless, the end result remains the same. Goddess Ashira has rendered her judgment. The Leguz and Bjork must follow her decision.
What? Nezir?
I've come here as a favor to the king. Prince Kurthnaga, you have to return to us at once. If we accept Ashira's judgment, we'll all be turned to stone. That's the end of history as we know it. Do you expect me to just lie down and accept that? How can I? What you're asking is insanity. I won't do it. And you, Ina?
I feel the same as Prince Kurth.
Then I have nothing more to say to you. However, I hope to avoid fighting my own people if at all possible.
Nezir, what will you do on the battlefield, Kurth? Will you face your father as an enemy?
I will do whatever I have to. Even at your max, Kurthnaga, you couldn't possibly deal with your father. Alright, so this is going to be the end of my episode, unfortunately. There is so much story to unpack that, yes, it must be unpacked, and I still even have 2 more things of info. Those will be done in the beginning of the next episode, as along with taking care of the rest of my army and showing off new units. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.